Muriel Bowser kicked off the first weekend of Pride by raising the Rainbow Pride Progress flag at the Wilson building. Big building here for D.C. local politics, right, Jimmy?
It is. It is a very important place in Washington, D.C., and I will give you a compliment. The Metro train looks pretty darn cool.
It does look pretty cool.
Looks very cool.
If you see Jimmy and I in a Metro station later on today in downtown D.C. trying to spot the train, don't worry.
Well, yes. Yeah, he'll be the one paying. I want to say happy Pride to all of you. And did you know that Washington, D.C. has the highest percentage of members of the LGBTQ+ community in the nation? That's why the mayor has the Office of LGBTQ Affairs. And with a preview of Pride Month in D.C., here's Director Japer Bowles. Tell us about the flag and what that represents for the city.
Yeah. So this is the first time that D.C. has flown the LGBTQIA+ progressive flag. As folks may see, it does look a little bit different. This is the intersex inclusive flag, and we need to make sure that if we're raising a flag to represent people, the entire community is represented. This is also the second time that any other flag has been raised at the Wilson building. So this is a really proud moment, and it's more than just a flag. It is a showcase of solidarity for the community.
Now, Japer, when we hear about Capitol Pride and Pride Month here in Washington, D.C., not only is it great for the people, but it's also great for the city financially.
D.C. brings in about 300,000 to 500,000 folks during our regular Capitol Pride events, so from Black Pride to the June 10th weekend events. That's a lot of people, and those folks are staying in hotels, they're going out to eat.
And our people like to drink. They like to have cocktails.
Some at least, for sure. But even the non-alcoholic beverages are still taxed.
So, Japer, tell us what the Office of Mayor's LGBTQ Affairs does.
Our constituent serves community affairs office first and foremost. So making sure we're in the community, responding to constituent needs. And then the other component is our grants. We have almost $1 million in grants, and they're broken up into cultural competency training as well as community development, which ranges in a wide variety of different programs.
And if Disney needs another East Coast location, I think we have some space for them. And I'm not kidding.
Space Mountain on Pennsylvania Avenue? What do you think, Japer?
Absolutely. There's plenty of views by the river, I'm sure, Anacostia. There's a great space. Thank you so much, everyone. Happy Pride, and we'll see you all month long.
Disneyland in Washington, D.C. I think that's, Pride is great.
Yes.
Pride is great. I know that we're going to talk about that, but
Disney in Washington, D.C. Right. All I'm saying is my favorite ride at Walt Disney World is, of course, the Hall of Presidents.
Yeah.
And what better city to have the Hall of Presidents in than right by the White House in D.C.?
I actually haven't been to Disneyland in so long that I didn't realize that there was a Hall of Presidents there. Yeah.
They've had one forever.
Yeah,
they've had one before you were born.
I went there. Do you think that I was probably there when I was like 4 or 5-year-old boy is paying attention to the Hall of Presidents when they go to Disneyland?
I was.
Jimmy Alexander was.
I was like, oh my gosh, look, it's Gerald Ford. I want to mention the Mayor's Office LGBTQ Affairs. They do so much for the community. There's a lot of young people who come to Washington, D.C., who sadly have been forced out of their home because their parents may not like the fact that they're under the umbrella of the LGBTQ+ community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they come here. And that office helps these people find emergency housing, find apartments, and plus they also do events like the high heel races are theirs. They're doing an event later this month at Lincoln Theater, and they also were helping with the Mpox vaccination. So they do a lot of great things for the city.
It's an office filled with a lot of great people doing a lot of great things. Mm-hmm. Jimmy Alexander live in the studio with us. He's